Did you know that the average American consumes roughly 77 grams of sugar daily? This is more than 3 times the limit set by the American Heart Association. As you can imagine, there are serious health complications from such a high sugar intake. Excessive sugar intake is not just a personal problem, it has become a public health crisis, severely impacting obesity rates and the prevalence of diabetes and healthcare costs nationwide. In this speech, I'll argue why it is essential for the government to regulate sugar consumption. I'll identify some health problems caused by high sugar intake. We'll explore regulatory solutions and envision positive outcomes from these regulations. First, we'll look at serious health problems associated with excessive sugar consumption. Excessive sugar consumption can significantly contribute to obesity over time. According to the CDC, obesity rates in every U.S. state have reached more than 20% as of 2024. And shockingly, in some states, obesity rates have reached more than 40%. This high sugar intake is linked closely to caloric consumption, which inevitably leads to weight gain and obesity. Along with this come the chronic health conditions linked to obesity, like diabetes and heart disease. The American Diabetes Association states that excessive sugar intake dramatically increases the risk for type 2 diabetes, and furthermore, diets rich in sugar can elevate your risk for cardiovascular diseases such as high blood pressure or high cholesterol levels. Next, we'll look at some solutions that the government could implement to regulate sugar consumption. One solution could be a tax on sugary beverages and foods. Research from the World Health Organization shows a clear reduction in sugar consumption following the taxation of these sugary products. Some practical examples include cities like Berkeley and Philadelphia, which have implemented sugar taxes on sugary beverages and have shown a substantial decline in sugar consumption and obesity. Establishing clear nutritional labels and guidelines for labeling is another effective approach to regulating sugar consumption. The FDA could enforce stricter labeling rules, making it harder for companies to mislead consumers and easier for consumers to identify the sugar content in these beverages and food items. This would help consumers regulate themselves and stick to recommended sugar intake limits. Countries with mandatory labeling laws have shown a significant decline in consumer sugar intake and obesity rates, which shows the effectiveness of these regulations. Next, we can look at some positive health outcomes that these regulations could cause. These measures could significantly reduce obesity rates and even healthcare costs. A direct reduction in sugar intake correlates to lower obesity rates, which improves overall public health. Decreasing obesity-related illnesses also translates to reduced healthcare spending, which could reduce the need for increased costs to cover growing healthcare needs. Additionally, reduced sugar consumption is proven to decrease the prevalence of diabetes and heart diseases, which further increases public health. Today, we've explored the severe health consequences of excessive sugar intake, reviewed effective regulatory measures, and how the government can enact these measures to help protect the public. Some things that we can do are support government policies aimed at limiting excessive sugar intake and to promote clear nutritional labeling and public education. Remembering the powerful words of nutritionist Anne Wingmore, the food you eat can be either the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. Thank you.